So here we are in the developing portion of the game. We got them down to 6 life. We have 4 creatures, they have 3, and we're top decking nothing but things that can help us in the long run, right? And now we find a land that can actually get us something. To add icing on the cake, let's go ahead and activate that land, find a card from inside of our deck. Hopefully it's the one that can help us here, but no, it's a 1-mana 1/1. Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. Let's hop right back into another Alchemy Horizons Baldur's Gate draft here on the channel. We're continuing with this format. We've got just under a month left of it, and it's been going pretty well. You know, it's not too bad. I think we all had very low expectations of this format coming in, but here we are and having a decently good time with it, you know. I think we're settling right on Rasad, Monk of Saloon here. This is arguably the best uncommon in the set. I'm kind of overdrafting blue here. We've done it the last couple times here on the channel. Kindred Discovery is not a card that's going to pull me into blue, and neither are these two. If this were not here, I might try to high roll with a Meteor Golem, or I might just take Owlbear. But it's pretty easy Rasad. Pack one, pick one here. Followed by Sea Tower Imprisonment. I said this is arguably the best uncommon in the set. This one could be too. So we're going to slam Sea Tower Imprisonment. Unfortunately have to pass a Patriarch's Humiliation. Potentially the best white common, but this is a great start to a draft and what's arguably the best color. We need to stop arguing so much. Everything is arguably here today. So we're going to go ahead and take that. Again, if you're unfamiliar with what this format is, or you're finding this channel for the first time, we got a video linked in the upper right-hand corner visible right now where you can go ahead and check out what this format is, all the cards available in it, all the mechanics of it, and everything so forth along that front. But we're going to go ahead and take Sea Tower Imprisonment here. And now we have an interesting pick. We could take Minimus Containment, but I think Cast Down is just better. There's a Guildsworn Prowler in this pack. There's an Incessant Provocation in this pack. But with these two cards, I think it's going to be very, very hard to push me off of white. Stalwart, very narrow, only in really blue-white decks, specific blue-white decks. I mean, if Containment wheeled, I would play it. Ranger Squadron in certain decks, but black-white I think is the best deck in the format, or the second best deck in the format, and we're getting all the cards for it here. Now we've got Viconia, Nightsinger's Disciple. Don't have the rares, but boy do we have 4 good uncommons for a good black-white deck here, right? We're going to take Viconia. It's great. So if you told me I could start a draft in this format just like this, I would say thank you very much. Great removal spell, another great removal spell. 2 really good cards here. Now we've got Lulu, Forgetful Holyphant. Hollyphant? Holly something. Or Vampire Spawn. I think I'm going to take Lulu here. It gives our next creature flying, which is pretty good. I would love to play a Vampire Spawn. Guardian Naga, not been a big fan of. And Ranger Squadron, it's been good. I'd probably play a copy in a deck like this, but let's go ahead and take Lulu. Give our next creature flying. Ooh. We've got the train coming. Don't know if you can hear it this far, but it is quickly approaching. Really good black and white cards left here. I think this is Gate versus Vampire Spawn here. This is a really close one. I think I'm going to take the Gate and just start with 6 uncommons. I think I'm going to take the Gate over the Vampire Spawn. Because this is uncommon, I think we can find access to a Vampire Spawn or 2 if we want it. The Gate is a great way to up your mana, or make your mana that much better. Now we've got Guildsworn Prowler. I mean, this is just going swimmingly. I mean, we've got a heck of a start to a draft here in Baldur's Gate, and we are completely fine with what's going on here. Now we've got Ghoul versus Bonecaller Cleric and Flaming Fist Dustguard. Red-black could be wide open too, but we've got 3 great white cards. I think I'm going to take the Ghoul. It's just got a lot of good upside with that card there. Now we have Paladin versus Paladin versus Horde Robber. I'm going to go ahead and take the 2-drop here. We're doing fine enough on 2-drops. This one is much more for aggressive decks. We can be aggressive with this deck. We're just not looking super aggressive. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. And black is just wide open. I'll take Armor of Shadows here. I love black. I love white. And even though all these cards are kind of underwhelming, there's still 4 black cards left in this pack, right? A white card and a black card. Here's Provocation. I have yet to be at a draft table in this format where people have taken Provocation highly. I feel like it always comes back to me, like quite late. Now we'll take this gate. I mean, and a Vampire Spawn Wield anyway. And Ranger Squadron last pick. I mean, and another Vampire. They both came back. Are we the only black or white drafter at this table? It's possible. Bit of an underwhelming pack here. I think I'm going to take a Soldiers of the Watch. It's a 2-drop. It trades. It can attack. It can get another one. I think it's better than Flaming Fist. Dusk Guard. Hook Horror is not really for this deck. Prophetic Prism is fine, but we're not really in need of that. So we'll take Soldiers of the Watch here. Now we see Horde Robber, another Gate of the Black Dragon, Unicorn, and you're confronted by robbers. I've actually really liked this card. 4 mana for 3 1/1s at instant speed, or if you could just tap down 3 creatures on their end step and kill them. That's also quite good. Passing a Dragon's Fire. Would not be shocked if we wield this gate based on how pack 1 went. Now we have Pilgrim's Eye, Nefarious Imp, Dawnbringer Cleric, and Portable Hole. I have not particularly liked Portable Hole in this format. It's just like, what if they just play a Genasi Rabble Rousers, attack you, and then you Portable Hole it? It's like, it just feels so bad. They already got another one in their hand, right? Pilgrim's Eye can help us find our land drops here. Dawnbringer Cleric is a decent little roadblock early to make sure we can get to some of these, some of these good specialized creatures. Would not be shocked if that wheels. I would doubt that this wheels, though. That's why I'm going to go ahead and take Pilgrim's Eye here. And then we get a pick 4 Rasad, number 2. Probably going to wheel any one of these 3 creatures, which I'd be totally fine with. Even though it is legendary, you're going to go ahead and take this here. And I do believe if one has specialized, you can play the other one because they have different names, right? Rasad, Monk of Saloon versus Rasad, Radiant Monk, Dragon Monk, Shadow Monk, etc. So we're going to go ahead and take Rasad number 2. And then we'll take a Patriarch's Humiliation. We're running a little bit light on removal. We have Imprisonment and Cast Down. So, happy to see Patriarch's Humiliation. Currently have 11 creatures. Probably going to end up with more than that. Loving this draft so far. Let's hope we can finish out the draft strong and then make a nice little run through the best of 1 queue here. Really loving this spot. Currently have 16, technically 17 playables, but I'm not going to go ahead and play this one. I'm very happy with every card we have here. Like, totally fine playing any of them. So we have 1 specialized, 2, 3, 4 specialized cards right now. Definitely going to play 17 lands in this deck, I think simply because of that. There's an argument to be even playing 18. Probably going to take another Humiliation here. Guiding Bolt. Don't think so. Again, Portable Hole, no, and Fist Officer, not for this. So we're going to take another Humiliation. This is not quite the wheel yet, but we've got Cleric versus another Soldiers of the Watch here. I think we have the ability to be pretty proactive with this deck. So I'm going to take this Soldiers because I think in pick number 9 and or 10, we're going to get a Cleric. So I'm going to take Soldiers of the Watch. It's kind of crazy at this draft table. Black and white are pretty substantially ahead of the other colors as far as color rankings in this set. And I would not be shocked if we are the only black and or white drafter at this table. Like, we've gotten everything. I mean, we don't have any rares, but we have all of the great uncommons in black and white right now. So here comes pick 8. Have yet to see this pack. And then pick 9 would like to wheel. 9 and 10, we've got a couple of good wheels we could find. Sewer Plague, pick 8. I mean, yeah. Babala Saga. Could be a fun splash, but I'm just going to go ahead and take the Sewer Plague and run the Streamline Black-White deck. These cuts are going to be hard. I don't know exactly what we're going to do about these cuts. Because we're going to have a 2-pack. Okay, well, that's interesting. Nothing wheeled. We got a pick 8 Sewer Plague and nothing wheeled. Maybe it was this pack? What is going on? Guess we'll take Portable Hold. Doubt we're playing it. We've already got 2 Humiliation, Cast Down, Sewer Plague, and Confronted, so we have good interaction now. Vampire Spawn number 3 is fine. And Portable Hold number 2, whatever. Okay, here we have this super long card that we're not going to read or take. Ambitions Cost, Meteor Golem. I don't think we're going to play a Meteor Golem for ramp because we don't really have any. Gate of the Black Dragon could be fine, but Paladin is much more aggressive. Could be fine on the top end as well. We don't really have... We're kind of topping out at 4 right now. I think I'm just going to land on another Humiliation, though. It's just a great card. It's 1 mana. We're going to end up with probably 16 creatures in this deck, 17 creatures. And 3 copies of Humiliation is going to go a long way here. Now we have Sigil of Miracle, not really what you're looking for in this set. Another Soldier's Shambling Cast is, I believe, what I'm going to land on here. Nice little 1-drop. Really stonewalls some aggro decks in the format. Lets us get to play some of our other creatures. So we're going to take Shambling Cast, pick 2. Wand of Orcus, 3 mana, equip 3. Whenever it attacks, it and zombies you control gain Death Touch. Whenever it deals combat, create that many 2/2s. Well, I'm not taking anything else here, right? I don't care about Unicorn or Gray Salad. I know it says Slod, but wouldn't it be better if it said Salad? I'm going to take the Wand. I don't think we're going to play that, though. We don't really have any combos with it. Pick 4 Grim Bounty. There's also a Saravok. There's a Guildsworn Prowler, a Dawnbringer Cleric, a Minimus Containment. This draft is kind of insane here. What's our 2-drop slot looking like? It's looking fine. I mean, removal's always good, right? I would love to wheel a Guildsworn Prowler, but let's go ahead and take the Grim Bounty. Holy black-white. Guildsworn Prowler, Sewer Plague. I mean, we can kill every single creature our opponent plays with this deck right now. I do like Guildsworn. Maybe it's worth taking a Guildsworn Prowler here. Probably don't need that. I mean, we do want to up our creature count for triple Humiliation. I think I'm going to take the Prowler over the Plague here, honestly. I mean, we have a lot of interaction at this point. And then we see a Minthara. I mean, oh my gosh. Are you not entertained? This draft is absolutely wild. Okay, we finally struck out here. Grave Choice is fine, not great. If we were low on interaction, we could probably play it, but I think we're doing all right on that. Deadly Dispute, Monk of the Open Hand, Gate to the Citadel, Nefarious Imp. Probably take Monk. Our curve is pretty low. Deadly Dispute works with Shambling Ghast. It works with Pilgrim's Eye. Maybe a Soldier's. I think I'm going to take the Monk. Seems quite good in this deck with triple Humiliation. We have 4 other 1-drops, a bunch of 2s. There's a chance we even wheel like one of those other Sewer Plagues or something like that. I mean, I don't think anyone is in white or black at this seat or at this table. Another Gate versus Devoted Paladin. Nope, don't want to do that. I don't think I'm going to run 3 Gates. We do have 18 creatures right now. Soldiers of the Watch number 3. Gray Salad, whatever. Guildsworn Prowler came back. I mean, this is kind of insane here. And Thieves' Tools. All right, this is going to be an interesting deck build. We still have like 5 cuts or something. So I think I do want to run, 17 lands. Again, because we have 4 creatures that specialize here. Lulu, Double Rasad, and Viconia. All of these non-creatures are great. But if we cut 5 creatures here, we're going to be down to 15, which is a little low. I don't think we need Pilgrim's Eye. Ghoul is not particularly great in this deck, to be honest. And we still have 8 2-drops. Man, these cuts are hard. Devoted Paladin. The more creatures we cut, the worse Paladin gets, I guess. Just seems a little clunky. Maybe you're confronted by robbers, but I don't know. This is what makes these kind of drafts hard. When you have such a great deck like this, I don't really know what to cut. I like our 1-drops. Maybe Monk is not outstanding, but I don't know. It seems pretty good. Our curve is pretty low. We still have 2 cards to cut. We have these 3 removal spells, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This isn't really removal. This is more like another creature almost. Works really well with Humiliation because it creates 3 creatures. Are we going to cut like a Soldiers of the Watch? Just go down to 2? Currently have 16 creatures. I think I don't really want to go much lower than that. I mean, we could play 16 lands, but I think that's a recipe for disaster. I think I'm actually going to switch, go down to 9, 8 in that direction. And then 1 more cut here. I guess it's You're Confronted by Robbers. I mean, everything else here is so great. We're still left with 16 creatures here. Yeah, we're pretty aggressive. We have all sorts of removal. 17 lands with 4 specialized cards. I mean, let's go. Let's get in with this. Have really high expectations for this deck, but that's when you and I are most let down, right? When you have high expectations and then you have to mulligan and then keep a 2-lander and don't draw a 3rd. Cross your fingers that doesn't happen. Go ahead and drop a like on this video, because why not? We've got such a great deck. Would love for you to support the channel with a like and a subscription. It would mean a lot to me. Now we are on the draw. We have no black. We do have Lulu on 3 though. So I guess we're going to keep it. We have like 8 2-drops on the deck or something. So there's one of them. And one we can cast. Hopefully they don't play an X3. There's an X3. They did miss a land drop though, so at least there's that. Why don't we get Lulu going? Next turn we can play Spawn and kill Jaheira. So we can turn it into one that gains life or makes them lose life, or drains them. Twice that much life, or one that drains them. Okay. Alright, so they found their land, but they're a little delayed on it. They could make this into a 3/4. which would make our humiliation worse. Specialize 2. There is an argument for going Prowler and specializing as well, but we would have to discard a good card to do that. Alright, so they are going to do that. Make it into a 3/4. We could just straight up kill it, but Humiliation is going to do some good work. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. This one will gain Flying. Drains them, and then we'll go... This doesn't have Reach, does it? No. Next turn, we could Grim Bounty and Humiliation if they play like an X3. Or we can Prowler Humiliation, save Grim Bounty. We got a lot of options here. Okay, down goes Vampire Spawn. Interesting you're killing that one and not this. I guess they're just worried about their life total now. Well, that doesn't work on this. I would like to discard a black card to Lulu. But now we can hold up Cast Down and Humiliation here. And if we draw a swamp, we can go ahead and... so they're going to get a 7/7, but that's okay. We can cast down that. Okay, no blocks. Go to damage. And that will die. Minthara. So Lulu's like not actually that great right now because I forgot to read that it's whenever you attack with one or more other creatures with flying. We have no other flyers right now. It just turns it into a 2/4 basically. So what we can do is we can play Minthara and then we can Humiliation now while they're tapped out. Then next turn we've got Grim Bounty. So we got a lot going on here. All right. So I know they get a dragon, but we get to push a bunch of damage here by killing this. And we get to sacrifice the treasure to give everything +1/+0. See what dragon they get. Okay, you can get a 7/7, but that's alright because they're basically just dead. I'm going to go ahead and hold on to the swamp again to specialize next turn if it becomes relevant. It will not be. Well, that worked out to perfection. Let's hope the next 6 can as well. What a game, what a game. Wait. Don't fast forward. We all know that the YouTube interface is too imprecise and you're going to skip too far and you're going to have to go back. Your thumbs are too big. It's all just not worth it. Great. Now that you're here and I've got your attention, why don't you go and hit that red subscribe button right there underneath this video? Yeah, it's It's right there or so. Yeah, if you've made it this far, clearly you're enjoying something, and a subscription to the channel is an absolutely free way to support the content I make and assist in the growth of the channel. Thanks so much for your consideration, and now, back to the draft. Okay, again, without our second color, but we've got 2-drop, 3-drop, removal spell. I mean, we've got a hand we can keep here. Knoll Hunter. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and play Paladin because I'm fine trading that for Knoll Hunter. And if they want to use a combat trick to save it, that means they can't progress their board, so I'll let them do that. Giant Fire Beetles. That'll be hard to get past, but we'll be mana efficient here. We'll go ahead and play Vampire Spawn. Druid of the Emerald Grove. That's a good one. Alright, they got their third color. This is probably a race we win, so I'm going to play Prowlers, not block with them. And next turn play Minthara probably, and then we just attack with the Prowlers every turn. And when they do finally decide to block, we draw some cards off of it. What I was going to say was I hope we don't play against Miram Sentinel Worm again, because I'm tired of losing to that card. It's a mythic, and I've lost to it more times than I should. Well, that's a pretty good combo against our Prowlers here. But we're just going to go ahead and play Minthara and get in. We can draw some cards. We can... Actually, I'm going to hold back Vampire Spawn because Minthara, if they do block here, it's going to make things get better because of the intensity here. I guess because of Humiliation, I should have tapped differently there, but maybe we draw Shambling Ghast. Nope, alright, we're fine. It only does trigger once per turn, but we did just get 2 2-for-1s. Well, not quite, because they used a Sapperling here. Alright, they are at the magical 7 mana. They're actually at 8 mana. Let's see what they can do with it. Probably a cast down target. This thing has destroyed me, this format. Woof. Would have been nice to be on the play this game. I don't know if this is a race we win, if we just kill that. But I do not want them getting double team out of this. So, I'm going to go ahead and just kill it. Put them to 10. We're going to have to go to probably 8 next turn. But I wonder if this is a race we can find a way to win here. Okay, we go to 8. Okay, play another blocker. And another one. Humiliation, not a bad draw here. go ahead and play soldiers. Give it flying. Specialize Lulu. Discarding the swamp. Becomes bigger. And now we have humiliation, so we can probably get away with attacking here. They're going to go to 7, and then next turn we could attack with both of these, deal 6 to them, and the drain from the ability would put them to 0. Probably want to use, even though they get another draw step here, probably want to use this mid-combat so they can't recast Craving. We'll see how they attack, though. Alright, so that should do it. I think that's how that works, right? Yeah. Whenever you attack with one or other creatures with flying, each opponent loses that much and you gain that much. So that should be all right here. So we have 4 creatures. We'll deal 4 to that. Need our flyers still. They don't have any tricks, so we can do bounce, eat, take 3. Oh my god. Okay, or we can just throw the game. All right. Well, that was probably the worst mistake I could have made. All I had to do was block this, just chump there, block that one, and then we win. So, sorry about that. I think we might still have it though, right? Because we deal 6 and then this deals the extra 1 to them. Because it has flying. Why are they getting priority? Oh, it's this. Maybe you should just read the cards before you do what you just did. All right, so again, I say this a lot. Everyone makes mistakes. Let's get past the mistake that we made and see if we can find a way to win the game from the spot that you're in. I will try to not make those mistakes anymore. But look, everyone does it. We're human beings. So if you make those mistakes, try to put it behind you. Play from where you're at. Try to win the game. Okay? Okay. All right, so this will be our 3rd game on the draw and 3rd game where we start without both colors of mana. So this is going great. There we go. Thank you. Now our hand is pretty much unlocked here. No play. I think I'm going to go Prowler in case they have a removal spell. Because if they do, I'm fine them removing this. I'm not okay with them removing Soldiers of the Watch with a Dragon's Fire. So I'm going to let them just go ahead and cast that, I guess. Oh, they got 3 lands. Might have liked those lands, to be honest. Ah, Lulu, hey. All right. Come on, quit glitching. One attacker, go to blockers. And I think I will also start with my own Lulu here. Try to match those flyers 1 for 1. Well, that's a good one. Got flying. We are missing land drops now. We could cast Prowler plus Humiliation on one of these. We could just play a flying vampire spawn. Let's start with this. Prowler gets flying if we do it this way. It also makes sure they don't get another double teamer. It's also quite aggressive. Yeah, let's get on the battlefield here with another thing, and then we could kill Lulu to make sure they don't specialize it, but we've got another removal spell potentially. So let's just make sure they don't get the double team. Pass it back. If they do specialize, we could just hopefully draw land and play spawn, humiliation, something like that, but I feel like if the aggro decks in this format get on the back foot, they're not very well equipped to do so. They're just playing 3-mana 2/2s at that point. Literal 0 plays, huh? Alright, well, I'm going to get in then. No reason to block with Lulu. Or no reason to attack with our Lulu, I mean. Just look at this hand. Double spawn, another humiliation. They're now down to 10. It's an ETB effect, so even if they have Dragon's Fire, like whatever. We have Rasad to get rid of another blocker. If we draw another Plains, I think it's impossible to lose this game at this point. Crossing our fingers that they don't play a 7/7 dragon that kills us next turn, but we will see. They do have 7 mana and 5 cards in hand in a red-white deck, so they could just dump their hand here, play like 3 creatures or something like that. Okay, I'll draw my card, thank you. Tap land. And it's not a white one. There we go. Let's go ahead, play spawn, hold up humiliation here. And if they go for some sort of block combat trick, we can blow them out. Why don't we go ahead and do this? That way if they have another removal spell, it'll resolve first. Okay, so this does die. They take 3, go to 5, we draw another card. Have another quasi-removal spell for next turn. Could also specialize it, same turn. Actually, no, we can't. It costs 5, I forgot. It's one of those that has a high specialized cost. So we can give them a derpy 1/1 or create a 4/1 menace when that dies. May not end up mattering though, depending on what they do here. Well, there's that stupid 7-drop Mythic Dragon or whatever I said they hope they didn't have. Alright, well this is happening. So, just going to go ahead and play Rasad then. Play soldiers. Put them to 1. What did that even do? Return all creatures Planewalker X mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Didn't seem particularly great. Alright, well, we just attack and win then, right? Yeah, let's go ahead and... Why not? Just do this. Because we can. I'm going to make you get a 1/1. Alright, 3-0. Let's keep the train rolling. It's been going well so far, even though all of our opening hands have been less than ideal. We're still getting 3-0. We've been on the draw every time and haven't had 2 colors of mana to start the game. We're still 3-0, so going well. Let's keep going. Okay, still on the draw. Still don't have any colors, or still don't have both colors of mana to start the game. So the shuffler is doing everything it can to try to hinder our chances at going 7-0 here, but let's try to prove them wrong. Alright, young blue dragon. Again, we just draw swamp, and I mean, this hand is great, so let's hope we can find one. If we draw swamp, we can go Prowler, hold up Humiliation to kill their X2. Could just Super Plague, we could just play Vampire Spawn. And if we don't, then we just lay down and cry. Like we just did. So, gotta pass it back, and hope we can draw our way out of this. Obviously gonna block here. Because we kind of have to. Probably gonna have some sort of combat trick. Oh, no, okay. 3-drop for 2-drop. Fine by me. That is less fine. Don't know what it does, but I'm sure it's insane. Alright, this is going great. Well, because it's a legendary creature, I guess we're getting rid of that one. Alright, so they can plus, and then target opponent reels top cards of the library until they reveal 3 creatures. Put those onto the battlefield under your control and the rest in their graveyard? Yeah. We're just going to lose to a turn 4 Tasha, and we haven't played a spell. Okay. Well, the shuffler finally did its worst. We have finally lost a game because we didn't play Magic the Gathering here. And they played one of the biggest bombs in the set, so it must be nice. Alright. Yup.
You achieved what few have. Victory. I don't ask. I take.
There goes our swamp. Hey, we have a swamp. We're not... What are we even doing here, right? This is ridiculous. Minthara has to... Holy moly. Okay. Play Vampire Spawn. Say go ahead. Hey, we're winning. We are winning. 20 to 18. Let's go. Let's go. I mean, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're going to kill Minthara here soon, so I guess we do that. I don't know. Well, by kill Minthara, I mean just kill it and then die. So, okay. Well, this wasn't really a game. We had a pretty good shot at 7-0, and then we just lost. All right, game 5. We're on the draw for the 5th time in a row, but we do have both colors of mana, so at least there's that. Got a nice curve here, too. Let's hope we don't go up against a turn 4 Tasha or whatever that was. All right, highly suspecting Undersimplify here. What would I rather get countered? Not Baconia, so I'm going to go ahead and guess play Soldiers and see if they want to counter it. I think I'd rather have a Prowler on the battlefield. So there's the counter spell that we suspected. Priest of Ancient Lore. That's unfortunately not something I really want to be Rasading because if they get it back, they get another trigger. I think I'm going to play Viconia here. It blocks well and just get that F6 value here and go ahead and exile the Soldiers. Alright, nice little blink here with Priest of Ancient Lore. Get another life and another card. Not bad. So we're playing a little off curve here, but we could specialize getting this. I wonder if in response to this trigger, you can exile a card so we can specialize and get that one. Like if we discarded Rasad. I'm just going to go ahead and play Vampire Spawn for now. And then pass it back. Portable Hole getting rid of Viconia. Alright. I guess that happens. Unfortunately, all of this, like, Rasad is very bad against their deck. They have a bunch of ETBs. They're playing Blue-White Blink here. But it's the most mana-efficient thing for us to do. So I'm going to get rid of their 3/3. Play this and then pass, I think. Let's see if they have removal for Rasad here. We're getting out-card advantaged hard. Okay, they're going to blink their Pilgrim's Eye. Interesting to do that and not the Priest. I guess they really need a land? see what their follow-up is now. Okay, here's the removal, I guess. No? We can't specialize into open mana, unfortunately. I mean, we can, but it's like not advisable. It'd be our whole turn. I mean, unfortunately, I don't think I can go for the specialize here. So I'm going to hold up Humiliation and Sewer Plague, I suppose. If they kill this now, then they kill it now. Okay, they didn't. And that didn't seem to be the best of plays for them. So we're just going to go ahead and kill this. Pass to my turn. It will die. Then we can specialize when the coast is clear. Give them back just a 1/1. Then next turn we can play the other Rasad. Alright, they go to 14. Now this one has a different name. So we do not lose it to the legend rule. Fortunately, we had to discard our planes to do that, so like we can only... Okay. Alright, so they get a 1/1. Now we can't even cast that. 5 mana. Play Spawn. Play Soldiers, I think. Then pass. Again, kind of screwed by white mana here. So if we put this Rasad out on Air Cult Elemental, that would make for good attacks here. But unfortunately, if they can then kill or bounce this, they get this back and then kind of eat our board here. So I'm going to play Minthara and hope that this kind of survives and does something. See if it survives here. This whole tempo game is kind of throwing us off. Alright, they have a flash creature now. Meteor Golem killing Minthara, more than likely. And unfortunately, they are having many more creatures than we are. Alright, so now we can do that. Play this Rasad. And I don't want to do this. I think we can take this one. We can then kill this one and attack with everything here. Okay, they go to 8. Another Pilgrim's Eye. This 2/5 is pretty annoying. We do have Cast Down and Grim Bounty in the deck. We already used Sewer Plague. Let's go ahead and play a 4/4. There's an argument for having this be the specialized target for Rasad, but because if we just draw a Swamp, I'd rather discard that. I think I'm going to go ahead and play Shambling Ghast here. Don't have attacks because of the stupid Air Cult Elemental. And we're going to get slowly pecked by some Pilgrim's Eyes here. Okay, we have a treasure now. Alright, I think I'm fine trading this Shambling Ghast for one of these 1/1s if they want to block, like with Air Cult Elemental, for example. They could just take it. Alright, so I'm just going to trade with one of the 1/1s, kind of make this clock a little bit shorter. See if they have Blur here. Nope. Alright, I'll lead on this. Put them to 6. And then play the other soldiers. And then if we top deck any land, I guess I'm just going to go ahead and specialize here. Never mind. All right, go ahead. Can we finish it out here? It's going to be a close one. We've used a lot of our powerful cards. This thing is the thing that's kind of holding this up here, is the Air Cult Elemental. If that goes away, if we draw Cast Down or Grim Bounty, we have some attacks. Three straight lands, really hindering us at the point where we need to be building on our board. Okay. Still this Air Cult Elemental just holding us back here. 4 straight lands. At least this one next turn can get us a card. Meanwhile, they're just drawing all the cards here. Five straight lands. We draw 1 drop. I mean, they have the answers here, I think. So we have to just try to attack, I guess. It's really our only way of... They're going to blur their Air Cult Elemental is my guess. But what else are we going to do? Can't just sit back. We're dead in a couple turns here if we do. Well, we did deal some damage here, so... They're doing nothing. I don't know why. Well, do they have... I mean, they got more creatures. They got ways to blink these, maybe. They do have 13 lands on the battlefield. They blinked this thing like 4 times, so that's why. Alright, well. Guess we're getting in, right? There's the blur. I did figure that they probably had that. So if we kill the Priest of Ancient Lore, and they have nothing, they're dead. Right? I mean, we have to bank on them having nothing, but... Let's see. They have another blur, maybe? No, they have another removal spell. Okay. Alright, they're gonna go to 1. Interesting. Do they have a way to kill us now? Can they buff their creature? They have another one of these, maybe? Give them +1/+1. Close game here, but, I mean, we drew 5 lands in a row, and they built out their board every single turn, so that's going to do it. It's usually going to be the thing that gets you there. Okay, we're going to do that, bounce our Prowler more than likely, and that'll probably kill us. Grim Bounty. Suppose that lets us survive if it resolves. Just 1 turn. Okay. Prowler cannot attack. Interesting, I see what they did there. Okay, well we have to pay. It's a 0 power death touch creature. Well, I guess Lulu lets us survive, right? If it resolves and things. So I think we have to get rid of the white. Or we have to do the white one to try to gain some life here. There's no reason for them to block. So no attacks in the turn. Do they have removal for Lulu? We're both at 1 here. I'm not sure how many games of Magic come down to both players being at 1. I know we don't draw the card, but it's perpetually at 0 power here, so we're just gonna block. Not at all what we needed. Really needed a creature there. Fortunately, if we attack with this and they kill spawn or anything, I mean, we're dead. So they're still getting priority for things. Go ahead. There are 4 cards. I mean, we're both at 1, so all they need is like 1 more card. Oh my god. So we're gonna have to die now, I guess. So I'm gonna try to bluff having an instant here. Oh, it does have flying. I do forget about that. Can't attack. End the turn. Pass the turn. Paladin. Okay, they're outdrawing us. Boy, do I wish this was a black version. Then we can just attack with this and kill them. Do they have another combat trick here? They do. Dang it. All right. Does that do it? Do we survive? Man, this game is close. No, do they have protection? Oh, what a play. What a play. That saved them because now they can attack us for a bunch. Or they can attack us for lethal here. So, see if they go for it. Well, they have to because they only have 2 cards left. Wow. That's insane. What a way to end this game. I mean, we kind of had it and then we just drew what we didn't need when we didn't need it. So, that sucks. Man. Definitely feel like we had that game pretty easily, but Shuffler did not agree. Okay, and now we are first for the first time this entire draft, but once again, mana screwed. So, I mean, we're going to keep it. But, geez, I mean, how many of y'all, let me know in the comments, deal with this sort of shuffling effect as much as I do? I mean, it seems like a lot, right? This deck is basically unbeatable unless we lose to a shuffler effect, and that is essentially what's happening here. So, I mean, we played 6 games. We've gone 5 of them on the draw in a row, and 5 of them we've started the game without, what's it called? We've started the game without both colors of mana in hand. And we're playing 17 lands here. Don't forget. So, go ahead and take your Soul Knife Spy. Attack here. They've got all 4 colors. Now we finally get our extra thing here. A bit scared of specializing prior to attacking. They did just straight up pass here. So what we can do is we can play like one of our creatures and see if they get priority, then we could specialize. going to go ahead and play this one. They didn't get any priority. So what that tells me is that I want to specialize here. Discarding... Discarding Guildsworn Prowler. They could have you hear something on watch, which would not be great. But they don't, so that's good. Do they play the swamp? Do they have all 5 colors to start? No, but they have one of the best rares in the set here. Basically untargetable double striker that specializes for just 1 mana. Who knows why? Not me. Alright, we'll go ahead and do Guildsword Prowler here. Sewer Plague just makes this blink. And then they get another card. Spell or an ability, so if we tried to Rasad it, it would also blink. We can specialize this right now. And try to outrace them in the air. I think we could discard the white one. So that we can use Viconia to get the other one back at some point here. Alright, so they're at 7. They're dead next turn if they don't play a flyer, and even if they do, we might be able to kill it. This perpetually gains flying, right? So there's a flyer. And this should do it, I suppose. Alright. There we go. As good as Lae'zel is, I've beaten it a lot. We just kind of have gotten pretty lucky. I mean, our deck is built to do exactly what it just did. When we actually draw the mana on the right turn and don't get flooded or screwed every single game. Oh my goodness, we have a functional hand on the play. Let's go. And they mulliganed. We'll start with Shambling Ghast, play Viconia on 2, and then see what's up. Horde Robber, yeah. Did we just play Rasad and take that thing? I mean... Yes, it's a most mana efficient play here. We don't care too much if this dies now that all they get is a 1/1 or a 1/3 Horde Robber. See what they play now. Okay, so they're just going to go ahead and use the removal spell to kill it. We can use Viconia to get it right on back. If we turn it to the black one, it drains. If we turn it to the white one, it goes right onto the battlefield. Well, that's pretty good, right? We'd have to get rid of Humiliation to do that, though, which I don't like. So I'm going to do is, I think, play Prowler, Yeah, so let's play Swamp. Let's attack here, because why not? Okay. Play Prowler. I guess the reason why not is that we can block it so they don't get a treasure. Do I want to use Humiliation on this thing now? It seems fine, only because we have Rasad coming at some point, more than likely. If we want it. Even as soon as potentially next turn if we draw like a Plains or something. Okay. Oh wait, no. Okay, well, it'll be alright. I forgot to... This will just die when it enters because it perpetually is a 0/0. So that's not great. So we could steal a Horde Robber. That is perpetually a nothing. Okay. Let's go ahead and attack them, and I guess pass here. Well, it's perpetually a 1/3 that doesn't have any abilities. That is something we're going to want to steal with Viconia. Never mind, because they're going to Lightning Bolt Viconia here now. We'll just go ahead and exile their graveyard because we got nothing else to do. Yeah, this is something I want to die now. So we'll kill it. We will use the mana and then attack them down to 8. And if we draw a land, at least we have something we can do still. Get their own Viconia now. We'll just do that now while we can. And then we'll get in here. And this will probably do pretty well now. Yeah, this should all be fine. All right, let's get in here. Okay, they go to 5, they're gonna go to 3. I think I'm gonna play the soldiers that does still have double team, just in case we need to get another trigger off of that. And that'll probably do it in our favor. All right. It's amazing when your deck works like it's supposed to. All right, 5 and 2, let's go. Okay, on the draw, but we've got a great hand, so let's keep riding this little bit of luck here recently. The first 5 games were not on our side. First 6 games, and the last couple have certainly been. So we'll go ahead and enjoy this luck so far. Gonna hold Shambling Ghast back because would rather have it to block Hobgoblin Captain here. Nothing. Okay. Let's go to combat. We'll attack here. Fine with that. The red-white deck had nothing on 3 and missed a land drop on 4. Okay. No priority. We'll play Minthara here. Have a removal spell, another creature. They pass again. We'll go Lulu. We'll play soldiers. It'll get flying. We'll attack. And sometimes you steal some wins from opponents too. So, you know, sometimes we win them, sometimes they win them. All right, 6-2. 1 win away from the trophy. Let's grab it. All right, on the draw for the final game, but it's a hand we'll keep. We start with the 2-drop. And then have either Rasad or removal. Let's see what they start with. Innkeeper. Makes me think I want to go with Paladin here. Because it has the potential to have good attacks. Let's see what their follow-up is and if they use that treasure with a 4-drop. No, it does not have good attacks. I'm not interested in necessarily casting that down, but we can just play Rasad on it. And then we do have attacks, gain some life here. See what they have now. Hopefully it's a non-legendary. Followed by a legendary that's going to get enormous. Every creature they play, they get an extra counter, so this is going great. Would have loved to save Rasad there, but what you gonna do? Let's draw 4 mana removal. That's not it. This does have Death Touch at the very least, so play that. Play soldiers here. Can't attack though. Inspiring Bard. Gosh, gaining more life, doing more things. Well, this is the first green-white deck I've seen kind of pop off in the format. You really need like Innkeeper Trelasara. That's like the big combo, I think, here in order to make this deck even remotely work. We're going to have to draw a couple of unconditional removal spells here to have a chance against Trelasara. Fortunately, can't really block this soldiers profitably. If they get rid of this Prowler, then we're in huge like huge hurt here. As long as they have this Trelasara. It's not great here, to be honest. We could just specialize, but like, doesn't really do much either. Lets this die into a 4/1, because we're going to get rid of this black card. I guess while the coast is clear, we can do that. Man, that's probably a cast down target we're gonna have to use here. All right, let's go ahead and cast down that. play Viconia. Exile it. And do we keep the land in hand, though? So the white version exiles. It does nothing. It just lets us cast it. If it was 3 or less, you put it on the battlefield. It's not at all 3 or less. So I'm going to play this in the event that we want to use more mana, use Gate to the Citadel next turn or something like that. Just going to go ahead and do this now. Another legendary creature. Remove all 1/1 counters from this creature. Deals X damage, target attack and blocker. Okay, how does it get counters? Whenever it attacks for each equipment on it. Okay. Boy, is Guildsworn Prowler doing some work right now. Don't know how we're going to win this game. Maybe with a flyer? If we get our Lulu. Well, I think I'd rather just Gate to the Citadel here. Another Rasad is an interesting one. First Strike as well. I mean, I guess we block like this, right? If they have a trick, we can get it back. Are they going to blink it or something? Okay, so it is... Yeah, it's a pretty good one, because now it's a 5/5. Yeah, we are struggling here. They're just playing a bunch of creatures. Okay, we get a 4/1, but they get their 2/3 back. Get another life. Boy, do we need Lulu to come off the top, like, right now. That ain't it. What is most threatening right now? Probably the Lenormand that they haven't played. They are 2 mana away from it. Well, no they're not. They're 1 mana away from it. So a land off the top lets them have that. We could specialize this one here, getting Shadow Monk and casting it. I just don't know how we're getting through all of this. Because right now they have a 5/5 that I don't really want to trade for Prowler. Yeah, I see all your triggers. Oh, I forgot that they've been scrying this whole game. Forgot about the scry ability on that, so that's been nice. So I guess we can do this. We would trade it for Rasad, get a 4-1. We deck before them too, which is not good news. That doesn't do anything, does it? No. Okay. Yep, things are happening. You're at 31 life. We deck before you. We have a bunch of creatures. I think we just have to hope that we draw a flyer here. It's about all we can hope for. We draw a flyer and they can't remove it. I mean, so here comes Dreadlenorm. Good thing we have Rasad over here. This is a grind fest here. They're not going to draw land for the rest of the game. Well, I guess we can get rid of both, right? What destroys artifact or enchantment? Don't they have some? Well, they have Dawnbringer Cleric, I guess. We can get rid of this one and that one, and then maybe have some attacks here? We're going to have to start finding a way to push through. So let's do this on this one. This thing has first strike though, so that's not great. So if we attacked with these, they would just kill it. Man, this has been hard. Yeah, keep 40 life or whatever. There is our flyer. Let's just hope that it can punch in for 38 damage, right? They're no longer scrying, so they could just top deck some lands here. We'd like a creature off the top, preferably a bigger one. It's not a creature off the top, but it does let us do this. I think I'm going to activate this one before I activate Lulu here. Because if they get their Trellisara back, I don't want them to be scrying. So if this dies... Alright, this has a reach, so never mind. No real reason to do that yet. I can specialize that with our next land that we draw. I'd prefer it to be a black land. Well, there goes that. If they're smart, they'll kill Lulu here. They were not smart. Okay, they get a derpy 1/1. We still deck before them. Sorry these games are taking so long, but it's what we got. Alright, now they're attacking with the 7/6. Never mind. Yep, here comes the part. I mean, I guess we're going to do this now. Now it does have attacks, right? It's the only reach thing they have. Okay, one attacker. Need a creature pretty quick so we can give it flying, and one that preferably has more than 2. Holy moly, that could be bad. All right, did they swing out? Here comes everything. All right, what can we kill? We can kill their Reacher. We can chump their 8/7. I'd like to kill this thing. These can trade there, and here, and our 4/1s can trade with that one. This can trade here. This could trade here. This could trade here. And this could trade here. So this one is not dying, but this one is. And then literally everything else on the board is dying. That didn't seem like the smartest of attacks for them, but let's see what they got now. Am I missing some sort of onboard trick or something? No? Alright. Okay, this board is a lot more manageable now. They do have a 4/4, which is not great. So we have to start drawing some answers here. Let's just dump their graveyard. All right, that's our 3rd in a row, probably. Probably should have kept that because I think we have at least one more specialized. Maybe not though. I think we've used both Rasads. So we have to take 4 now, but we have to start pushing through here at some point. Again, we'd still deck before them here, so. Oof. Yeah. Can deal 2 damage to something. It's not going to do a whole lot here. We've had this boon for like 5 turns at least and have gotten nothing out of it. So do we have to trade one of these for Devoted Paladin now and hope we top deck a removal spell? Probably. Okay. This has been so frustrating, man. This deck is good. Don't know why this is happening. Because now we're just drawing all the lands, so. We've had this boon for like 6 turns. Could have had a flyer so many turns ago. Now they drew the removal to remove our flyer. Oh my gosh, so frustrating. Well, I guess we can actually kill this one. Go to 3, they're at 38, draw look what it is. And then we find a 1-drop. Oh, but it has flying. But it has flying. Alright, now we go to 1. They made like the worst attack they could have made. And then we drew 4 lands in a row and then died because of it. So pretty frustrating here. Lost out at 6-3. But the deck was sweet. The deck was really, really good. Should have been a 7-2, 7-1, 7-0 deck, but was not. So thanks so much for sticking around to the end of this longer video. And on their screen, you can check out all the trophy decks that we do have in the format, or our last upload in case you missed it. Thanks so much for tuning in. We are still waiting for the server to let us go. But here's your 6-3. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time for your daily draft.